Isn't it rather superficial to cast judgment on what life is or is not?
We all know why we're pulling for Frigg. I left a poll asking most of you who you're pulling for between Claudia, Cobalt B, and Nemesis, and Frigg as well. And there was like 6.8 thousand sample, and 42 of you are saying that you're going to be pulling for Frigg. That is actually quite amazing. And I have to say, you all are making a pretty great choice. Your reason might be because of Virgil, or the fact that she has a Mega Man dash, or the day she stomped on you and you just fall in love with her. Well, whatever the reason is, in this video we're going to try to break down everything about her and why I think she is the best unit out of all the 3 others. Our banner will start on September 1st, so hopefully you're all saved up and ready, and it probably will last 20 days if I remember correctly. So according to League, not much of an adjustment has been made yet or coming in Global. So what they give her is basically just the Ice Resonance. But does that mean you have to pull for her and not Zackie-Senpai if you want to like get the Ice Resonance? Zackie-Senpai has the Ice Resonance in the CN version while Frigg does not, right? But because in the CN version, Nemesis has Volt Resonance and Tianlang also has Volt Resonance. And keep in mind, Volt Resonance does not stack, meaning that only one will take effect. But remember, Global has the nerfed Resonance. What I think here, and my prediction, and this is my prediction, is that the 2.0 character might have the better Resonance, and the 1.0 character might have the weaker Resonance. So here's my thought is that Claudia, Cobalt B, Frigg, and Nemesis will have the 15% elemental attack and 25% elemental resistance, while the 2.0 character Ruby, Zackie-Senpai, Lyra, and Tianlang might have 20% elemental attack and 40% elemental resistance. But please, this is just my assumption, and I'm thinking that the dev already know that the 2.0 character has resonance, so we're skipping the 1.0 character, so they wanted us to give more reason to pull for the 1.0 character. But whatever the reason is, I can't be wrong here, so take your risk whether you want to believe me or not. Maybe you want to skip Frigg and save for Zackie-Senpai because there are some other characters that you like. In case there is update whether there will be a nerf and buff, I will try to keep you guys updated. So Frigg weapon is called the Balmung. In Chinese, it's called the Ba-Er-Men-Ke. It is a mid-range type weapon, even though it's a sword. And there's a reason why I call it a mid-range weapon. With one sword small and the other sword bigger. It falls under the element Ice and the Resonance DPS. 4th copy skin turns her more of a child tsundere look compared to an OG mature look, but I have no problem with that. She kinda looks cute on the 3-star. Her weapon seems to change from a Dike Katana to a Great Sword, which is another win, but I'm definitely gonna keep her at 0-star for well obvious reason. We'll get to that later. So her Shatter, her shield grade, is graded A, sitting at 8.0, so it's ideal to have Maryu on your team as a shield grade. Not only that, they can also perform a combo, followed by Maryu's Discharge and then Frigg's normal skill. Her Charge is sitting at A as well, at 8.0, but because of her Judgement Cut, she's actually quite still acceptable. If her charge bother you that much, you can kindly add Tsubasa to your team for 15% attack buff and also fast charging. So let's break down her moveset. So she has 5 basic attack, 5 aerial attack, basic to charge attack, aerial to charge attack, which is a spinning attack that works with Jetpack cancel animation, but honestly I don't recommend doing that. Now her attacks are all not really recommended to do because what you want to do with her is her dash attack. It deals a total of 143.9% elemental attack each hit, but the great thing about is that her skill, the Fimbulwinter, we're gonna break down everything right here right now. So let's talk about the skill followed by the dash attack. So every time Frigg does the Fimbulwinter, she has an iframe, meaning she turns invisible and she does not take damage. She also creates an ice domain around her where there's the ice field, as you can see right here, which actually lasts for 25 seconds. But her skill Fimbulwinter has 30 seconds cooldown, meaning there's a 5-second windows that you will not have unlimited dash. So inside the ice domain, she literally has unlimited dash. That's where the multi-slash, aka the dash attack, comes in. All you do is do this. Really, just do this. It has one weakness though. It has some weakness though. Character like Nemesis and Ruby will be able to slow you down, or Huma who will be able to stun you, causing your multi-slash to be cancelled or look very predictable if you're slow. But does that mean that she can't counter Nemesis? Well, I like her skill in the CN for 2 reasons. The most annoying character, Nemesis and Ling. So Fimbulwinter is also a great counter against characters like Nemesis and Ling as it provides knockdown as well. Right now, global grappling is too terrible, but if you take a look at how I do it in the CN, it looks a little something like this. So every time you grapple someone, people will get knocked down and followed by a knockdown from Fimbulwinter. Okay, her discharge skill is a little bit bad. Her discharge skill is known as the Frigid Fracture. Remove her debuff and attack towards enemy with a dimensional breaking slash with a damage of 618.2%. The bad thing about it is it does not provide her iframe. There is no knockdown, and it took like 2 to 3 seconds to execute the attack. So in my opinion, it's best you use Mariu for now because of a knockdown, but you can also keep in mind that Saki Fuwa also has a better discharge in terms of damage compared to Frigg. So her rarity, in my opinion, I would really recommend just to 1-star her, but a solid 0 is still great in my opinion if you're an F2P or a small spender, because basically everything right here about her star rarity is that she's nothing without her Frost Domain. So at 1-star, she gains 1 Frostiness point every time you receive 550% times Frost attack of damage in the Frost Domain. Up to 10 Frost point can be accumulated. When Frost Domain ends, the Frostiness point times Frost attack times 95% of blast damage will be dealt to all enemies in the Frost Domain. After leaving the Frost Domain, lose 1 Frostiness every 3 seconds. Now, it's because she's highly dependable of dealing that much of the damage and also the Frost Domain. I don't think it's really ideal to at least 1-star her. A 3-star, I'm not going to cover the 2-star and the 4-star, so we're going to head to the 3-star. Increase Frostiness limit to 15 when using Discharge skill Frost Weapon in the Frost Domain. Deal damage equal to 25% of Frost attack times how many Frostiness you have plus 5 to all target in the Frost Domain. So in my opinion, it's not recommended to 3-star her. So let's take a look at the last 2. Shattering Shield using Frost Weapon in the Frost Domain will freeze the target for 2 seconds and cost Frostiness point times Frost attack times 35% of the additional damage. So any ice weapon will work, so you can swap to Mariu or Tsubasa, and this could still work in PvP. But in PvE, this is a bit too expensive, so if you want more damage, go ahead. But again, like I said, willing too much really kills the fun. 6-star, reaching 15 Frost point while inside the ice field will grant the additional effect Frost Domain 2. When using Ice Weapon, any Ice Weapon you switch in between. That's why this is very good with Ice Resonance in PvP. Increase Ice attack by 25%. I really recommend this 1-star, but 0-star is still great if you're an F2P or a small spender. So her Simulacra trait, I'm just gonna skip to level 2. Increase Frost attack by 2.4% every 3 seconds upon entering battle. It stacks up to 10 times, lasts for 5 seconds. In addition, you gain Hyper Body and become immune to control effect in the Frost Domain. Now keep in mind that Simulacra thread only works in PvE, and this is very useful in Bygone Phantasm as well as boss fight, or especially you're a tank, alright? So for the matrices I recommend for her if you want to pull for Frigg matrices, I honestly think Saki Fuwa's is better, but Frigg's one isn't really that bad. So maybe you can get 2 Saki and 2 Frigg and then you're done, but if you don't have any, Crow and Starmia still does great in terms of DPS. So as for team build, I highly recommend for PvP, Saki Fuwa for the future, Tsubasa, Mariu, Claudia. Claudia works great because of a dashi and then a very slow cooldown. And then for Relic, Cybernetic Grappling Arm of course to get close and do a knockdown. And as for PvE, Saki Fuwa because 2 iframe, so you have a total of 3 iframe if you're a tank. If you also play Mariu, and then Mariu and Tsubasa. So in my opinion, Frigg is actually a very fun unit, but over time or over a long period of time, she does get boring, and she does seem like she's unstoppable with the unlimited dash, but actually she's not. She's actually very vulnerable, but if you play things right, she's actually a really great character. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I honestly rank Frigg around PvE as A tier and PvP around S tier because of the knockback. So what do you personally think about it? Are you going to be pulling for her or not? Let me know down in the comment section below. My name is Zackie-Senpai, and A is just a gaming channel.